Dugout Chatter is the most obscure, entertaining, and informative baseball channel yet. Brought to you by McKay Giffen and Jacob Williams. Welcome to the Dugout.
And welcome back to Dugout Chatter. Sorry for the long hiatus, but part of what we were doing was I went up to Missouri, if you were following us on our social media, with one of my high school friends, Luke Stemley, and we're doing a little promotional video on one of my buddies who's a Division I college baseball player up at the St. Louis University. He's the first baseman for the Billikens, and if you want to check out the trailer, here it is right now. What was that decision like as a kid? What kind of made you decide at that early of an age that you'd want to come play baseball in the United States from Bermuda?
So I always had a dream as a little kid back home in Bermuda to play pro ball one day.
Yep, and guys, don't forget, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you're looking at right now. Make sure you hit that red subscribe button. And also, make sure you follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook and on Instagram at Dugout Chatter. And make sure, you follow there to keep up to date on the latest videos and news around baseball.
And I'm McKay Giffen.
And I'm Jacob Williams.
And today we'll be focusing on the All Star Game. So Jacob, why don't you lead us off? What do you want to talk about for the All Star weekend coming up?
Well, obviously with the title of this video, we talk about the biggest All Star Game snub. So what we're going to do is we're going to each have 2 All Star Game snubs. You're going to have 2 from the American League. I'm going to have 2 from the National League.
Speaking of the National League, that shirt's just terrible.
Yeah, I know. It's almost it looks as almost bad as the team's playing, but But yeah, so our first snub from the National League is in the outfield. So both of my little teaser, they're both from the Dominican Republic, both of my snubs. And the first guy from the National League that's from the Dominican Republic that's a snub is Juan Soto. Juan Soto, if you don't know, he's an outfielder for the Washington Nationals. He's 20 years old. And right now, McKay, Juan Soto is hitting .297, almost hitting .300, has 15 bombs, 54 ribbies, and an on-base percentage of .402. I don't understand how you can leave him out of the All-Star game.
And one thing that you were saying too, he's 20 years old, and I saw a stat. He's on pace to have the most games started as a cleanup hitter before age 21 in his age 20 season as a rookie.
Yeah.
That's insane alone too. Like, he's a premier power hitter on a competitive team.
Yep.
As a rookie.
And I don't understand how you leave him out of the All-Star game. On the National League team, I understand that, they're kind of heavy on the All-Stars on the National League side. But I don't understand how you leave this guy out.
Yeah, I know. He's just been a force to be reckoned with. But also, I feel like part of the reason there's been some big snubs this year is there's been more fan voting, even for the reserves. And I get it. It's a day for the fans, but come on. These guys deserve to be there, too.
Yeah. And like you were saying, I think a lot of it, was saying, having Mookie Betts and some of these guys that are
they're hitting like
250, guys, but they're not having good years, and they're just, to the fans, they're big names, and they're not having good years, and there's other deserving players.
Yeah, but with that being said, Jacob, who's your second NL All-Star snub?
So my second All-Star NL snub is, like I said, another guy from the Dominican Republic. You kind of know where I'm going to. Rookie. Both of these guys are 20. And Fernando Tatis Jr., I don't understand. He's hitting .325, one of the best batting averages in the National League. 12 bombs. The ribbies aren't up there, which you would like to see.
Yeah, but he's like a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, and his on-base percentage. And also, this is just his offensive stats. A lot of people don't understand. He's a gem out at shortstop.
Yeah.
Manny Machado is one of the best shortstops in the game. And to have somebody better than him at that position speaks a lot about Fernando Tatis.
You have a 20-year-old playing shortstop, and you slide the guy who's been around the leagues for a few years back to third just because he's that good. He consistently can throw the ball over 90 miles per hour from short to first. If you hit it to his backhand, and if you got speed, there's still a high probability that you're going to be out.
Oh, yeah, and as you can see, we're putting on some videos of him defending right now, but he is just a stud
an absolute
on both
monster.
On both sides of the field. And same thing with Juan Soto. And now we're going to go to McKay's 2 All-Star Game snubs, and he's doing the American League. So, McKay, what are your 2 American League All-Star snubs?
Well, I'll start you off with my first one. He's a first baseman, and I know, I'm a Yankees fan. But Luke Voit should honestly be an all-star. And obviously you don't put last season into consideration for this year. And he came over to the Yankees from the Cardinals, had a monster year, played well in the playoffs. and he carried it over to this year, especially early on in the season with how many injuries they had. Him and DJ LeMahieu kept the Yankees afloat with all their injury problems. He's hitting .280 with 17 home runs. I honestly think he should be there. He's been better than Jose Abreu, just like a really big piece of why the Yankees are winning. He's having an amazing year, showing last year was no fluke, and he kind of, stole the spot from Greg Bird early, especially with him getting injured. Yeah. So my first big one is the big man at first, Luke Voit. He should be an all-star.
And just a little point, it says a lot when you have the best offense in baseball. Now, I'm not a Yankees fan, and I'm saying this about the Yankees. You have the best offense in baseball. You got big guys like Judge and Stanton in the middle of that order, and you're hitting cleanup. It just speaks volumes to the kind of player that you are.
Like his first at bat of the season, he took Cashner deep to dead center. I know that's not hard to do. Andrew Cashner's not a very good pitcher, but still, it's a good way to start off the year. All right, and for my second All-Star snub from the American League, I'm going to go with a guy who's been around, few All-Star selections, few Gold Gloves, the shortstop for the Texas Rangers, Elvis Andrus. He's hitting .308 with 7 homers and 19 stolen bases. So you just look at, I feel like he's done this every year his entire career. He's just been super consistent. He can anchor down shortstop defensively. It's kind of like along with some of the lines what you're saying about Tatis Jr., just another shortstop getting it done, sure-handed guy, great speed.
And I think Tatis Jr. has a bigger ceiling than Elvis Andrus.
Oh, no, he does.
But Elvis Andrus is just a good, consistent player that you can rely on every single day to go out there, plays a highly, defensive position in shortstop, and he's a great hitter as well. And for me, it's like you have these guys that, they don't have these great seasons all the time. They're consistent players that'll play for a while, but they're not like a lot of all-star Hall of Fame caliber players. And it's like, I feel like it's so, undeserving for you have just because you're a big name, you get selected to the All-Star game. But, the guys that really earn it and really deserve it.
He's creeping up on 2,000 career hits more than we're giving attention. Like, he's almost at 1,700 right now. He's age 30 season.
He's a 10-year veteran, and he's only been to the All-Star game twice. And, I feel like he deserves to go this year, and it's a shame that he's not going this year.
Yeah, and, shortstop's getting flooded. You got Lindor and Polanco, but, there's still a space for him. And that's where I think the fan voting kind of failed this year. We really overlooked some of, the guys in the game who have been around and just competing like crazy. And, those are our snubs. And let us know the snub, your All-Star snubs in the comment section below.
Yeah.
But the next topic I want to move on, who are some guys who shouldn't be at the All-Star game this year? If you had to pick one.
If I had to pick one All-Star that should not be at the All-Star game this year. Now, I'm a Cardinals fan, McKay. They spring train in here, local spring training team, Florida. So, I like Paul DeYoung. He's a great guy. He's good with the kids, good with the fans. But I don't think he deserves to be in the All-Star game. That has to do with a lot of St. Louis is a big market team, so he's going to get a lot of votes because he's a Cardinal.
Yeah, and he started off the year good, hitting over 340, but now he's slipped in the 250 to 260 range. Yeah. That's just not a guy who deserves to be there right now. And again, fan voting, I get it, you want to be more interactive, but still, this means a lot for guys, especially when you look at them for Hall of Fame consideration later down the line. I think, the All-Star game, it went from being too overweighted with having the home field advantage being kind of underweighted where the fans get to control the whole thing, and that kind of takes, some of the cool stuff out of it, watching the best players in the game compete against each other.
Yep, absolutely. And also, if you guys could, make sure you guys go and leave a comment below on your All-Star Game snubs. And if you could be specific, maybe leave one NL, one AL All-Star snub, and put the reason why you think they're a snub.
Yeah. But I also have a pick for the AL who shouldn't be there, and I'm coming for you, Boston. I'm sorry, it's Mookie Betts. Last year, he was phenomenal. He hit over 340. Guess what? This year he's hitting 262 with 13 home runs and 10 stolen bases. He just hasn't figured it out. No reason he should be there. There's a lot better guys you could have there. Again, like you're saying with Cardinals, Boston, another big market team. They're going to put their guys there. Especially because he's a Red Sox.
Yep. So, and then to finish up our video for today, baseball this week was saddened by some heart-wrenching news of the passing of Angels pitcher Tyler Skaggs. And just some news on Tyler Skaggs, if you didn't know him. He was drafted by the Angels in 2009, traded to the Diamondbacks in 2010, made his debut with the Diamondbacks in 2012, and then in the 13-14 kind of season, he got traded back to the Angels.
And he's a Sacramento kid, too.
Yep. He went and he was born July 13th. And he died on July 1st, 12 days before his birthday. And
at the age of 27.
Yep. So just some heartwarming news, and we're going to take a little moment of silence for Tyler Skaggs. As you can see, we have his number, and the Angels are going to wear this patch that has his name and his number 45 for the rest of the season. And we're back, guys. So thank you guys for watching this video. As we said before, make sure to leave a comment, a like, subscribe. Best way to support the channel. And McKay, anything else you would like to say?
Yeah, the best way to keep up with us is what we're doing now, just because our schedules are kind of crazy. Just we're going to be posting a lot more on social media when you can expect videos and all that good stuff. Any content you want covered, let us know, and we'll break it down for you. And yeah, that's about it. And like you're saying about Tyler Skaggs, may he rest in peace. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Angels organization, his wife, and
his family.
Everyone he's ever met, and heard nothing but great things about him.
Yep.
And that's all we got for you today, guys. Let us know what you think.
See you later.
Peace.